Excel application has recovered that file, but that recovery is not complete, and I see a lot of garbage in that. I have lost my hours of efforts. So how can I recover that data? This is very typical scenario, you may agree. Another most common is hardware failure. Not just blue screen of death, we call it as BSOD, but there is actual hardware failure. So hard disk going bad, motherboard blows off, laptop suddenly crashes and is not booting. All these scenarios are part of the failure. And the loss of the data. My data was highly sensitive. I kept that data on my USB drive, and USB drive is now stolen. What I'm supposed to do? So these are the typical challenges when we under the category of error and failure. Feel free to stop me, and if you have any questions, do let me know. Else I will continue. Do we have any questions on this slide? Okay. Let us talk about what external threat is. Now we talked about ransomware, and this particular webinar is focused on ransomware attacks. Back in 2017, there was a ransomware named WannaCry. WannaCry literally paralyzed most of the hospitals in United Kingdom. The patients, those who were taken to the operation theater, last minute they had to cancel their operations. It was that bad. Suddenly in 2018, these ransomware were slowed down. People thought that, okay, we have done enough, we have defeated ransomware. But what these guys, the ransomware crooks, we say, what they did is they went silent, but they studied further, and with 2019, particularly even in 2020, you see there is one ransomware called as Maze, M-A-Z-E. It has created havoc. So ransomware is not only potential threat to data, but the company reputation as well. And what happens in the ransomware attacks is your data is hijacked by the ransomware attacker. They ask you hefty ransom, and then they give you a demo key. For example, they give you a key, and using that key you can retrieve some of your data, and then they give you stipulated time, and they ask you to pay. And if you don't pay, they publish your confidential data. It could be your acquisition talks. It could be your bank statements. It could be very confidential data to your company. It could be even your source code. That is very dangerous. And they simply publish it. If they don't get money, they publish it. And it is very unlikely that even they get money, they would happily give you the key back and you decrypt your data. So that is very highly unlikely. Ransomware attacks, they are also called as data kidnappers. They kidnap your data. Another very common external threat is natural disasters. Floods. Flood water gets into the data center and data center is down and you cannot do anything. Up till now, we were thinking that cloud is a silver bullet. Cloud solves all the problems. But very recently, Microsoft Azure storage and other services, they went down in Southeast Asia as well as in India. Data was not available. And very recently, just yesterday, IBM cloud went down, and it went down for over a day. So it is not that cloud is a silver bullet and cloud infrastructure would never go down or your data would be always available with the cloud. It is highly unlikely. Of course, the theft. I copied my data to the laptop from network. While traveling, I forgot my bag in the bus or in the aeroplane, and I don't have my laptop, is lost. Or I copied my data to the USB drive, which is external USB drive, and I misplaced it. I don't know where I kept it, right? So these are the threats, very common. Companies or end users face. Regulation. 2 years ago, European Union announced the global data protection regulatory law. They allowed companies to wrap up ready and be compliant with GDPR, and those who cannot or those who still not compliant, there are hefty fines based on your company revenue. Okay, it is almost 10 to 20% of your company revenue you have to pay as a penalty if you are not compliant with this privacy regulatory. Recoverability is also a challenge. Many times what happens is you backed up the data, you maintain that data without understanding the compliance regulation. You retain that data for 2 years. But that compliance says, hey, you are a bank, you are supposed to maintain, you are supposed to retain this data for 7 years. Such things have happened. And of course, that leads to the accountability. Back in 2006, Gartner predicted that the catastrophe results from IT failure and an ongoing history of lower level failures would provoke governmental or industry self-regulation in EU. And that is how this GDPR comes in the picture. So it is a very challenging situation. Right? Any questions so far? Okay. Finding the right answer. So how do we tackle these challenges? How do we answer? How do we solve these challenges or these problems to the business? And data is the business. We say data is a new oil, right? We need to protect company interest. We need to protect company data. So solution should be flexible. That means solution, I should be able to deploy it on-prem as well as I should be able to deploy it on cloud. Now cloud is becoming de facto in most of the organizations. People are adopting cloud. They are moving there, not only tier 3 or tier 2 workloads, but I have seen people are moving, companies are moving their entire data center in the cloud. Active Directories are now in Azure, and many applications, including tier 1 applications, are in either Google Cloud Platform or Azure or in AWS. So your solution must be flexible. Solution should install either on-prem or it should be you should be able to install on cloud, or it could be virtual installation like VMware. Solution should scale and solution should be reliable. So let us touch base upon all these three. Protecting endpoint with confidence. So we talked about endpoint data challenges. Now let us understand how Veritas helps you protect this endpoint data and recover when required. All right. So how how Veritas answers this? So Veritas has desktop laptop option that recovers from error and failures. So how we do that is we reduce data loss by capturing data continuously on or offline. So desktop laptop option is architected such a way that the desktop laptop server sits in your data center and desktop laptop client resides on your laptop or workstation or on a MacBook. And then as an IT administrator or as a backup administrator, you can define your policy. If you want the recovery point objective, that is we typically called as RPO, if your RPO is say in seconds, we suggest you configure desktop laptop option in a continuous backup mode. So whenever a laptop or workstation is connected to the corporate network, the data will be continuously backed up to the DLO server resides in the data center. If user is a travel profile, particularly sales or company executives, they travel a lot, or user is working from home. In the current situation, we are forced to work from home. Now, how would you back it up? So what happens is this desktop laptop client agent sitting on your laptop would automatically adjust with the network bandwidth, and whatever data you have saved would be sent over VPN to the corporate, the desktop laptop server located in your corporate network. If you are traveling executive or you yourself working in the plane, you are working on presentation, now it is called as offline because you are not connected to the corporate network. There is no network in aeroplane, or you are traveling in a bus or you are traveling in a train and there is no network. So what you can do, desktop laptop option will save that data offline, and whenever network is available, all that offline data files will be sent to the centrally located desktop laptop server. It limits the storage consumption by backing up just changes to the files. We call it as delta file transfer. What happens typically is we still use PST files, like personal storage of provided by Outlook. So what happens is Outlook is this PST is a single monolithic file. It grows beyond GB. What happens is user continuously save their data, the Outlook emails in the PST file. So once we back up the full file and then we back up only changes in the file, and this is, we call it as a delta file transfer. This saves a lot of storage. The GUI or the administration console is user friendly. It can run on any web browser, and it is very easy to set up. So desktop laptop option is very easy to set up. There are various modes of desktop laptop client available to the IT administrators. If you want to push desktop laptop client on hundreds of endpoint devices, you can do that using Active Directory group policy or third-party tools. As well, if desktop or laptop is not available or users are working from home, then you can ship the client to the user. You can give them admin rights on the laptop and they can install the client on their laptops. DLO also helps you to recover from external threat. When we talked about ransomware. So what typically happens is ransomware has locked your current data. But then if your data is backed up with DLO, we can actually help you, your security and your security audit teams help you understand until what time, point in time recovery, we call it as, until what time data was intact, when exactly ransomware attacked and locked your data. So there would be obviously data loss. If it is continuous data protection, data loss would be in seconds. But if there is a scheduled data protection or scheduled file transfer, then you can recover data up to the point where ransomware had attacked and locked your data. Any questions so far? Hey, Luki? Hello?
Yes,
yeah. So because I'm in presentation mode, if partners and customers, if they have any questions, I am unable to see if they are any typing anything in the query in the Teams. So if they have any questions, do let me know. I will stop and I would be more than happy to answer their questions. Okay.
Okay, sure. Until now, there's a one question. Is a DLO is a agentless?
No, so that's a good question. DLO is not agentless. DLO is a server and client application or architecture. DLO agent sits on your laptop or desktop. So it is not agentless.
Yeah. Okay, Mukund, for effectiveness, our webinar, maybe I will, and maybe me and Carolyn will pull out all the questions, and we are answer after you finish the presentation.
Okay, okay. And one quick question: am I audible? And the pace I am speaking, is it okay?
I think it's okay, but I think more speed.
Okay, more.
Speak, yeah, more speed.
I can speak more speed. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So DLO also makes provision for regulation. DLO offers secured method of protecting data. Data in flight, that is when data is being transferred from laptop to the central server, it is encrypted, and when data is backed up on the NUDF, we call it as NUDF stands for network user data folder. That is the central backup location where DLO keeps the data. So whether data is traveling from desktop or laptop over network to DLO server, or data is protected by DLO server in NUDF, it is encrypted with 256-bit AES, the Advanced Encryption Standards encryption. DLO has developed mechanism where it also checks the file checksum and assures the file integrity. It also checks the interruptions. So that is why we need this client sitting on the remote desktop or laptops, So what happens is when there is no network or there is latency or there is echo in the network, at times what happens is backup speed slows down, or when there is no network availability, backup drops. We do not start that backup from the scratch, that is from the start point. This agent intelligently detect at which point this backup has stopped. We call it a checkpoint restart, or we call it as interruption resistance. And from that point, whenever network is available, we start transforming the backup bits to the server. We generate detailed report. So InfoSec auditors or IT administrators, they want to understand the report, whether data is backed up properly or not, whether it is as per the regulation or not, etc., etc. So we offer the audit, and our audit trail assist the administrators or the auditors to read the report and understand whether the data is compliant, backed up data is compliant with regulatory bodies standards. So DLO admin characteristics. What does it really is? This is a capture of all the three advantages we talked about, that is flexibility, scalability, and reliability. So it has a centralized or distributed architecture. Our architecture is very flexible. If you want, you have only one office and no remote offices, that is fine. Your users come to office every day and work in the office. They don't carry their desktop or laptops home. Everything is centrally located. Then it is called as centralized architecture. If your offices are geographically distributed, like today I am working from home, or you may be working from home as well, we call it as distributed architecture, where desktop laptop server sits in the IT corporate infrastructure and client sits on different locations. You can centrally deploy the clients. You can configure GPO, group policy, and you can deploy the clients. Client deployment is not disruptive to the user. User will not come to know that something is happening in the background and client is being deployed. AD profile level protection policies. What does this mean is like rollback access control. So it is RBAC, role-based access control. We can define profiles, either a VIP profile or a standard user profile, and based on the profile, you will be given access. Users can be automatically assigned. So what you do really is you define one policy and you assign that policy to the Active Directory group where all of your user located, and apply policy to the group, and all the users would receive the DLO agent on their laptops. Multiple level of administration delegation task. So this is RBAC. Support for remote office deployment and architecture, like we discussed, that offers not only flexibility but scale as well. Flexibility to leverage organization-wide or public cloud storage. So now public cloud is becoming de facto, or you must have seen that adoption is already there in Indonesia with your customers, you yourself, your companies. So we studied the demand, and we started a use case. We answered the first use case where instead of putting DLO in the cloud, we started using backing up data to cloud. So we back up to Azure Blob, or we back up to AWS S3, or we back up to Google Cloud. Predominantly, we back up to Azure as well as AWS. Scalable with distributed or centralized storage and maintenance server architecture. There is one more server role we have came up with in the last release. Since the last release, that is DLO 9.0, we introduced the maintenance server, and this maintenance server maintains the versions of data. That is, we call it as delta of the backed up data. That allows you to perform delta file transfer or point in time restore. So let us talk about different challenges being faced and how DLO addresses those challenges. So the target profile in this case is, why desktop laptop option? So the problem statement is business data is scattered across desktop and laptops, challenging to serve end user recovery requests, user behavior in storing data anywhere. It is not necessary that users store data in a designated form. C: my documents, user folder, and user are systematic and they store their data in particular manner. No, they can store data in downloads, just my documents, just anywhere, but they save their data in user profile. They may also save their data on another drive, D: / and I will create my own folder and save data there. Loss, theft, or malware infection result in data loss of business data or loss of business data. So these are the problem statements, and the target profiles are small, medium, and large size enterprises. So from small to enterprise wide, these problems persist. Usage of Active Directory, Microsoft as well as Mac OS based desktops and laptops, data residing on desktop and laptops. We are not talking about data residing on servers. Why DLO? Let us understand the benefits. It offers automated end user data backup through different policies and different levels of backup modes, continuous backup, and agent will automatically detect whether network is available or network not available. Network available, it will continuously send data to the server. Network not available, it will store data offline on the laptop or the desktop. End user self-service. This is one of the features that users demand. They do not have to rely on administrator. There is no requisition that, hey admin, I have lost my data, I want to restore my data back, please could you restore. There is no such request. Users are empowered, and of course IT admin or DLO admin can decide whether user can restore their own data or not. Recover from ransomware attacks and sync data between multiple systems. It may so happen that one user sends file to a number of users, and now the same file is available with maybe tens or hundreds of locations. We intelligently dedupe the data, and we help your organization save lot of storage being utilized on the central location. Just by syncing that file, match the checksum, match the metadata, and we save the file once, and then we save only the references to that file. Solution offers rollback capability. This rollback capability is very useful when particularly ransomware attack. Whenever you want to roll back your data from the point where ransomware has not attacked, your InfoSec audit, your security auditor, your security team in the company decides that, okay, from this point, data has been infected, and from this point, data is intact. So let us roll back up to that point and recover the data and don't pay ransom. Backup over internet. Bandwidth throttling is another feature. You can control your bandwidth. You can define that, okay, between 9 to 6 during office hours, control the bandwidth. Non-office hours, let us utilize full bandwidth, something like that. We also support iOS and Android application to access backed up data. So using your Android phone or using your Apple iPhone, you can install desktop, laptop, admin console on that, and you can actually administer the day-to-day backup activity, or you can access the backed up data. The data transfer and data transit is encrypted, so it is with AES 256-bit encryption, so it is secured. Ransomware. So ransomware is a buzzword today. It's a hot potato. Everybody nowadays talk about ransomware. So we have categorized it in two phases. One phase is we help you in preparedness of handling ransomware, and second phase is where you have already infected by ransomware. Let us understand that. So phase one, the organization needs tailor-fit backup policy for ransomware scenarios, because every customer scenario is different, every customer need is different, every organization need is different. Policies are not unique, policies are flexible. You can modify the policies as per your company guidelines. It is up to you whether you want to protect data continuously, where RPO is in seconds, that data can be recovered with the loss of a few seconds, or whether you are okay to lose data for hours. So it really depends upon how your company policy has defined for data loss. Control the file types being backed up. In many organizations, MP3 or media files are blocked, but in companies there is a marketing function. They all the time do marketing videos, marketing recordings, and they save that in MP3 files. But if company-wide policy says no video or media file backup, then these users with the given privileges of IT administrator, they can override this policy and they can define that, okay, though policy says no media files backup, I would like to back up my marketing media files, and we allow that. Or administrator can define that, okay, star dot exe files should not be backup, something like that. So inclusion and exclusion of files can be defined. Maintain multiple backup copies to restore from, either through versioning or through deltas. Regularly monitor the backup status, and we have developed alert mechanism as well. So let us understand how DLO handles this. On the left hand side here on the screen, it is DLO capability. These are requirement of organizations. We offer customized backup, multiple backup modes we offer, inclusion and exclusion of file types we discussed. You can define the revisions, how many revisions, how many versions of files you want to retain, and you can define how many days, months or year you want to retain the data through the flexible backup policy. Dashboard plus reports plus alerts are available for the DLO administrator or IT administrator. Now let us talk about second phase. So first phase is the preparedness of for ransomware attack. What if there is a ransomware already there, and how would you recover in the case of attack? Empowering end users with restore privileges instead of waiting for administrator to give rights or administrator to perform remote restore. End user should be able to perform restore his or her data on own. Allow restore of bulk users simultaneously. Ransomware has attacked, and most of the desktops and laptops are hacked, and everything is locked. Now what? So you should be able to push data up to recovery point from central location. Detailed reporting of restore jobs, useful for InfoSec auditors or security teams in your organization or backup administrators. Ability to restore data to various locations. So just executive laptop is hacked and data is hacked. Now that data must be restored to some other laptop. So quickly provision the laptop and perform redirect restore. Privileges of exec level data with the organization. So two roles are clearly defined: exec or VIP policy and standard user policy. How DLO capability, what DLO capability answers this? Self restore capabilities, parallel restores, administrators can perform parallel restores. Reporting, multiple restore options are available, and VIP or standard user privileges can be defined. And last not but the least, with desktop laptop option 9.0.1, rollback as well as rollback window can be defined, as well as rollback restores can be defined, and this helps recovering you from if ransomware has infected your data. Moving to the next use case, protect endpoints from ransomware threat. Here we have tried to capture how this solution looks like. So you have a graphical user interface as well as you have command line interface available depending upon end user or administrator comfort. Typical problem statements are: I need to protect data in desktop and laptops to recover from an attack. I need to be able to back up previous, I need to go to previous version of the data or of the file. I need to be able to clean up infected data from backup sets. This is, we call it as point in time recovery. What DLO offers is worry-free data protection, revive from ransomware attack by providing versioning support as well as point in time restore support. We offer rollback window and rollback restore. You can disable the agent, and we also allow you to delete NUDF data, and NUDF stands for Network User Data Folder. Let me take you through another use case. Centralized and automated endpoint backup. Nowadays, we talk about orchestration. Nobody has time to do manual backups or worry about manual backups. So typical problem statement is end user fails to back up their data. Most of the times, data backup is not responsibility of the end user. Or in organizations where it is expected that end user should back up the data, what they do is they back up their data on the USB drive gets misplaced, and so many other challenges. Unable to back up when working out of office, network issues, VPN not getting connected, so on and so forth. Large storage required to store end user backup. At times users cannot define what data they need to back up, so they end up backing everything. Bulky and resource hungry process, and this is a typical solution. It's an intuitive, user friendly, graphical user interface that offers you different pie charts and help you understand what data is protected, how much percentage of data is protected, and what data is not protected. Benefits: DLO automates the process. There is absolutely no error-prone manual backup procedures. Continuous backup upon change commit. This is Delta file transfer we talked about earlier. Users or administrators can control file types. Remote workers, that is, I believe all of us now we are working from our homes. So we are now remote workers. We can define the backup window. We can define our own backup, and once we connected over VPN to corporate network, our data gets backed up. I can fine tune the backup performance by defining the throttle, that during office hours, if user is connected from home, just allow 40% of network bandwidth. But if user is connected from home after office hours, allow 100% network bandwidth. Something like that you can define. We offer intuitive reporting dashboard, user profiles, VIP or standard user. Policies are automatically assigned depending upon user permissions in Active Directory, user group in Active Directory, or whether the user is VIP privileged or standard. You can do global include or exclude. We talked about this media or marketing media example. We talked about this dedupe storage where one file is located on hundreds or thousands of desktops or laptops. So instead of backing that file again and again from all the systems, you back it up just once and save a lot of storage. Backup over internet and CPU as well as network bandwidth throttling. Let me take you through another use case where many companies do not want to rely on administrator because administrators are busy and they are doing various other jobs. So when in the time of restore, companies expect that the end user should be able to recover his or her own data. And we address that business challenge very well. So this is a typical user diagram, solution diagram, where we give intuitive user interface. So user can log into the web browser. So there is no additional web interface installation required. You just open up any standard web browser and access the the client or remote server IP address or DNS, fully qualified DNS name, and you can see the data available for you to access. You cannot see anyone else's data, only your data, and you can browse through the web browser, select your data, and perform restore. So it addresses the requirement of self-service. So self-service restore of data from DLO client, protects VIP user data from recovery by administrators. So exec's data is typically confidential data, and they do not want any other user, even including administrator, to restore their data. So they can restore their own data, and data confidentiality and privacy is maintained. Access to data via mobile app as well as web portal. This is pretty new with 9.3.3, which is latest DLO release, and it empowers end users to migrate their data from their old laptop to the new laptop without any problem. This is how the interfaces look like. You can download Android app from Play Store, and you can download from iOS Marketplace. Luki, we are almost at the end of the presentation. A few slides left. So now we talked about the challenges. We talked about how desktop laptop option can address these challenges. Now let me walk you through the key features and capabilities of desktop laptop option. It offers automated non-intrusive backups. So whether remote client, the desktop or laptop, whether it is connected to the network or not, the DLO client would continuously run the backup, and whenever the desktop laptop gets connected through VPN or to your corporate network, it will automatically transfer data to the centrally backed up location. Depending upon policy, you can configure continuous data protection. Deployment is flexible. Either end user can perform deployment, or admin can push install the client. We help perform roll back restore or point in time restore. We also perform restore depending upon versions, and help you protect from ransomware attacks, and help and meet your ransomware revival strategy. Inbuilt security and resilience. So whether data is transferring from client to server over the network, data is encrypted with 256-bit encryption, AES, and also data is encrypted at rest. Self-restore capabilities and instant access from any device. So we are truly endpoint. That is handheld mobile device, let it be iOS or let it be popular Android devices, or it can be Windows desktop or laptop options, or it can be MacBook. These are all key features that very useful for the remote workforce, which we are right now, and help protect your data with confidence, and help you recover your data with confidence. Bandwidth and storage efficient backups we offer. We discussed about AES 256-bit encryption. We offer source side deduplication. Like we took that example of one file being available, same file being available at various desktop and laptops. We back up it just once. Delta file transfer is a change within the file. We do not back up entire file. It is no incremental. It is the blocks that are changed in the file, and particularly when you back up TST files or NSF files, that is Lotus Domino files. And for this feature to use, you need a DLO maintenance server. DLO maintenance server maintains the deltas of file or versioning of the file. We offer CPU and bandwidth throttling. Backup acceleration, and this backup acceleration is not like you are speeding up the backup. Okay, administrator, particularly DLO administrator or backup administrator, can define priority of the backup. You have exec backup and you have file storage backup. What would you prioritize is depending upon you. Typically, exec backups take precedence. So I would, so in an example where if backup supposed to run at 11 p.m., 11 at night, and exec backup has priority number 1 and standard backup has priority number 2, then exec backup is given precedence and their backup will be accelerated and backed up to the central location. That is backup acceleration through prioritizing of the backup policy. Interruption resistance. We have developed a mechanism where client will continuously monitor the network connectivity. If network connectivity drops during the backup, it will pause the backup, and whenever network connectivity is back, it will start from where it was paused. That is, we call it as interruption resistance mechanism. In another word, it is also called as checkpoint restart. We also make sure that file being transferred is integrated, so that when you recover that file, you should be able to read or write to that file again. Mac agent support is available on top of Windows OS. DLO agent supports various operating systems. So if you have Mac OS 9 onwards up to 15, all these OSs and their user data is supported. It supports back up to Windows 7 SP1, 8 and 10 and 10 variants like 10 Pro, etc. And it also supports MS Office from 2010 through 2019, the latest one. We have done qualification for Azure as well as AWS. Now you can deploy, that is latest release of DLO is 9.3.3. From this version, you can deploy DLO in the cloud. Earlier, we were using cloud as a data storage, and now you can actually deploy DLO infrastructure, the server, the clients inside Azure as well as AWS. DLO is available as a trialware for 90 days evaluation. It can be downloaded from Veritas website. It's available for 90 days trial. And that is where I rest the presentation, and would like to take questions if you have any. Luki, I'm done. Thank you all for patiently listening to me. Thank you.
Okay, Mukund, thank you for your sharing. We have some question on the chat box.
Yeah.
So it's from Ikhwan Jelani. If the hard disk is bad sector, what is the best way to backup data?
Okay, so if hard disk has a bad sector, there are various other ways available. What is the requirement? I would like to understand first. See, desktop laptop option works at the logical level. We do not really look at the physical hard disk level bad sectors. If you as a system admin or storage admin has already detected it's a bad sector, you may like to mark that particular section as bad sector, and then your application will not write data to that portion of the hard disk, and then desktop laptop option would continue to perform backup. Now, if that bad sector has already there and your files are already there, user files are already there and not operating system or system files, because desktop laptop option does not backup operating system or system files. It backs up only user data. So it really depends upon what is your use case. When you say disk backup, when bad sector has occurred. Can you elaborate question if this is not helpful? My answer is not helpful.
Yeah, I think as your answer is very helpful. Maybe Mr. Ikhwan, if you have a comment for the answer, please add down on the message. Caroline, for the next question.
For the next question is from Rizal. Mr. Rizal, there is possible that the servers on the data center can be infected from the client devices. If it's possible, how to recover the server?
Can you repeat the question, please? I missed. Let me.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is possible that the servers on the data center can be infected from the client devices. If it's possible, how to recover the servers?
Okay, that's a good question. So, if the central location itself is infected, right? So,
Yes.
so what we say, Veritas suggests you to define your backup strategy first, and we suggest you to follow 3-2-1 rule, right? So 3-2-1 rule is a very famous terminology where you have 3 backup copies, 2 copies at different locations. So 3 backup medias, 2 copies as different location, right? And that's how you can protect your data. So if centrally located backup itself is now infected, what happens with DLO is DLO offers you versions of the data. Okay. Now there are chances that one version may be corrupted. Why I'm saying there are chances is because or there are very low chances because data is encrypted with 256-bit encryption. So in a scenario, this is hypothetical scenario where what if my already centralized backed up data is already corrupted? Then with the help of security team, the security auditors, we can identify up to which level the data is not infected. Using maintenance server, you can delete the data which is infected, and then you can recover the centrally located data. But because of this encryption and because of this ransomware resilience, it is highly unlikely that the data stored centrally is getting infected. But if it gets infected, then use DLO maintenance server option to recover centrally located data up to point in time, if that answers your question.
Okay. For the next question is from Mr. Andro. Does DLO provide this imaging as if it can be used as desktop multiple deployment?
Disk imaging, you mean third-party programs, right? I mean, if you have DLO agent already installed and you create the disk image, and now you are replicating that disk image to different desktop and laptops. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think that's mean.
Okay. Yes, it will work. See, desktop laptop option comes with the agent packs, 10, 20, like that volume or subscription license. So if you have purchased enough licenses, then if you are using disk image and replicating or restoring that disk image to various laptops or desktops, then it will work. Just that you should be adequately licensed. Does that help?
Okay. The last question that we have is about the deduplication. Where is the deduplication process happen? Is it on client side or in the server?
Oh, okay, very good question. Thanks for asking this question. I appreciate it. So deduplication takes place at the source, and source is laptop or desktop, that is source of the data. So this agent, so typically it is hub and spoke environment where you have centrally located server and you have various clients located in a spoke scenario. Now I send one file to many users, and now this server has policy. As per policy, my client is performing data backup to the server. So first backup, my entire file will be backed up. Now my server has this information that checksum of the file, metadata of the file, and so on and so forth. Another user has the same file. Server will inform client that, hey, I have this file already. Do not send me entire file. What does that mean is, client here, the remote client will not back up that file. It will understand, it is called as syncing between client and server. And then once all the clients are synced, all the clients have information that this particular file is already backed up. I do not need to back up. What happens is, client will back up only reference to that file and send the reference to the central server, Now central server will have one file with number of references. In a scenario where I as a user, I perform backup, I send entire file to the server, I delete the file, I don't want that file. But because there are other references available, server will not delete the file until reference becomes 0. And that's how we perform effective deduplication at source level. Does that help?
Mukund, I think we have another question.
Sure.
And protection Veritas can be combined with other product firewall?
Yes, I appreciate. Thank you for this question. So desktop laptop option can be deployed as a separate product, separate solution, or if you have your existing customer Veritas, they are using Veritas product like Backup Exec or Net Backup or both. Desktop laptop option can be easily integrated with Backup Exec as well as Net Backup. So it gets integrated with only Veritas backup solutions, either Backup Exec or Net Backup. Does that answer the question?
Oke. Apakah ada yang ingin ditanyakan lagi?
Yes, there's a question from Biondi. Does DLO utilize cloud storage services provided by many cloud providers as its backup platform?
Yes. So not
If
many.
it is, then what the cloud provider and currently support by DLO?
Sure. Good question. So right now there are two cloud storage services we support. In the due course of time, we will add more storages. So right now support is available for Azure Blob, okay, and Amazon S3, AWS Simple Storage Service, or Azure Blob. Do you have any customers or those who are looking for different cloud storage, if may I ask? I mean, we will capture your requirement and I will share the requirement with appropriate team within Veritas. If you are looking for more cloud storage support, let us know. Luki, does that help?
Yep. Caroline, any other question?
But Mukund, can we get the slide presentation? Maybe you can share like the link or the presentation itself.
Okay. Yes, I will do that. Yes. So I will share it with Luki, and then because I don't have email addresses of everyone right now, so we'll hand over it to Luki. Yes.
Yeah,
sure.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, there's no other question. Bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu, apakah ada pertanyaan lagi? If you have any question, you can write down in the message. Caroline, if there's no, there's one question. How the Veritas endpoint protection to protect with the new Snake ransomware?
That's a good question. So there are loads of ransomwares. Okay, so DLO does not detect that it's a ransomware and let us protect. Okay, we are not antivirus, right? However, if any ransomware has attacked the data and infected the data, but you have taken backup already up to point in time, we help you perform restore up to point in time. As we are not antivirus, we do not really direct help you protect from ransomware attack. We are backup, and we ensure that backup copy is protected against ransomware. Ransomware cannot hijack the backup copy protected by DLO. Does that answer?
Yeah, I think it's very clear.
Okay, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. So thank you is what? Terima kasih?
Yeah, okay. So, Caroline, Mukund already present and answer all the question. Thank you very much, Mukund.
Sure.
Caroline, back to you.
Okay. Thank you Mukun for the presentation. Oke, untuk Bapak dan Ibu semuanya, kalau kita lihat di chat box ada dikirimkan untuk form survey. Mohon Bapak-Bapak dan Ibu-Ibu semuanya mohon bantu diisi untuk form feedback-nya. Bisa diklik aja linknya pada chat box yang tersedia.
Linknya nggak kelihatan ya, link feedback formnya di mana ya?
Oke. Bu Santi mungkin bisa dikirimkan ulang untuk linknya. Apakah ada yang belum kelihatan linknya atau belum masuk di chat box-nya?
Udah berapa? How many feedback already, Caroline?
Bu Susanti, udah berapa ya yang masuk ya feedback-nya ya, feedback form-nya? Mungkin bisa dibantu untuk dicek.
Udah 46 orang.
Sudah 60?
46.
Oh, 46. Okay. Yeah. After feedback, what's the agenda?
Okay. After feedback, we will finish this session, Pak.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ya, so Bapak-bapak, Ibu-ibu, terima kasih atas kesempatannya untuk join di webinar ini. Semoga apa yang kita share hari ini bisa berguna untuk Bapak dan Ibu di perusahaan Bapak dan Ibu masing-masing. Kami sangat berharap di next webinar kita bisa ketemu lagi. Terima kasih juga kepada tim MII yang sudah mempersiapkan webinar ini dan mengundang Veritas sebagai pembicara pagi hari ini.
Oke. Saya Caroline mewakilkan tim MII juga mengucapkan terima kasih untuk Bapak dan Ibu sekalian atas waktunya untuk mengikuti webinar pada pagi hari ini. Dan juga thank you for Mukun and Pak Luki for this session sharing about the DLO.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mukun, for your sharing today. I know this is the last minute
My pleasure.
Preparation for you, right? Thank you very much. Hope we can do in the next webinar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have a good one all. Bye for now.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Good day.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.